Hey guys, Don here with Stray Dog Survival, and today I'm going to show you how to use every bit of this 2-liter bottle in a survival situation. Most of you know that you can cut off the bottom of this and use it as a bowl, cut off the top and use it as a funnel or a cup, but today I want to show you how to use the center of this, the meat, to make some survival cordage. Alright, at the end result you're going to have a funnel and a bowl and your cordage. Now you can just take this 2-liter bottle and cut off the bottom if you have a pair of scissors and just run all the way around to make your cordage. But I want to show you how to make a simple jig I saw from Fat Guys in the Woods. And what it is you're just going to cut out a couple notches here. Alright, now I've already made the jig on this side, but I want to show you how to make the jig on the other side of this. You can use just a random log that you find, as long as it's smaller than the diameter of the 2-liter. Or you can use like a sapling that's in the ground for a little bit more stability. But for convenience sake, I have these laying around, so I want to show you. So what you have to do is you have to cut a notch about an inch to half an inch down, 3/4 of the way over to one side of the log. I'm going to cut it to the right side, and then we'll cut 2 more notches after that. Once you have your first cut done, an inch to an inch and a half down, you're going to make a second cut and cut this smaller part in half, all the way down to your inch to an inch and a half where you left off. Kind of do this at an angle so you don't cut into this as much as you can. Now it's inevitable, you will cut into the center part a little bit, but that's okay. Your third cut is going to chop this off your inch down to inch and a half down into the log. You want to chip this piece away basically. Now if your piece doesn't just fall out of there, you can take your blade, your knife, stick it down in there, and just pop it out, like so. And you should be left with something that looks like this. Now you're going to finish your jig by inserting your knife and tapping it into the side of this right here. Your bottle's going to stick into this slot, and then you're going to spin it around, and when your blade's there, you're going to cut your cordage. Now you get to choose the thickness of your cordage. I would personally recommend about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. No smaller than 1/4. It makes trying to make this cordage a little difficult. And all you're going to do is you're going to put your knife in where you think the thickness that you want. I'm going to be probably in between 1/4 and 1/2 right here. And you're going to just tap it in. And you'll end up with something like so. Now I have another knife here that I want to start the cordage cut. You're going to need a little bit started here. And you're going to thread this piece through this cut and under the knife that you just inserted. You're going to thread it under. And once you have your bottle threaded through and started, what you're going to do is start pulling this. Now if you're using a sapling, you could use the resistance of the sapling, but since I have a free moving log here, I want to step on it and also apply a little bit of pressure on the top of this bottle to keep it going down on the jig, so when I pull, it keeps threading. You just keep turning it around, keep pulling. you'll get a groove here, kind of pulling and turning the bottle. And as you can see, it's just making an even cut all the way around. Alright, now when you get to the top, it's a little difficult to turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull until I can't pull any longer and the cord gets cut off. And as you can see, we have feet upon feet upon feet of survival cordage made that we can use for snares, traps, strapping anything to maybe a backpack, tents, using for survival tarps. Again, it makes a really good snare if you tie it. The one I made earlier, I kind of just tied a loop on and made a snare here. So you can loosen it up if you had to, set it on the ground, and then pull it. And again, you can control the thickness of the cordage just by where you place your knife. If you want it thicker, you'll raise the knife. If you want it thinner, you'll just lower the knife to the bottom of the jig. And again, guys, though this jig gets the job done, taking a pair of scissors and going around this bottle to the thickness of the cordage you want is a lot more simple. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.